Welcome to Gig Work Gone Wild. I am Dr. Shameka Walker, your gig work queen. Today, I'm going to be sharing my story and teaching you my roadmap to finding six-figure success and freedom and flexibility through gig work. Let me start out by letting you know how I initially got involved with gig work. It all started when me and my husband decided we wanted to purchase a home. We went to our finance advisor. She pulled our credit and she let us know that we are conditionally approved. Those conditions were that we needed to pay down our credit cards and have more money in our savings in order to be able to pay for the mortgage if we ever have a rainy day. Well, that's where gig work came in. Me and my husband both decided he would do Uber, I would do Lyft. He would do Instacart, and I would do H.U.S.T.L.E. So that's how our journey started. And during that short beginning, we was able to save what we needed to save while we continued to work our regular job. It just started out as just a side hustle. We were able to do that and buy the home of our dream because we were able to pay our credit cards down and had the required money in our savings. This is how that journey started. Now I want to share with all the things that I have been able to perfect over the years with you so you too can gain financial freedom through gig work and time freedom. Those two things, financial freedom and time flexibility, has absolutely changed our lives. So today I'm going to tell you my acronym for hustle. Hustle means to me, hustle into success takes leaps and earning. I'm going to say that again. You hustle into success takes leaps and earning. Shameka, Dr. Walker, what do that mean? That means you keep hustling until you hit your major financial goals and target, like earning a six-figure income. Whatever that goal is for you, you keep that hustle up no matter what. Today, my goal is to empower you to maximize your earning, scale your hustle, and build long-term wealth using gig platforms such as Uber and Lyft and H.U.S.T.L.E. and a lot more. Get ready to learn to build solid financial foundation, create multiple streams of income, and invest in your future. Next, I'm going to teach you how to maximize your earnings across multiple platforms in order to optimize your time to maximize profit. How are we going to do that? We're going to do that by working multiple platforms at one given time. For example, if I'm doing Uber, I'm also going to have my app on for Lyft. So whoever hits first or give me a client first, then that's who I'm going to go with. And what that does, that control my downtime. That doesn't leave much room to lollygag, I guess you could say, or to not have something to do. So same thing, if I decided today I'm going to do the shopping and delivering, I'm going to do H.U.S.T.L.E. and Instacart together because they're very similar. Whoever gives me the most gigs for the day, that's who I'm going to run with. But if it gets slow and that's downtime, then I'll jump on the other app. But most of the time, I'll run them simultaneously until I get a client. Once I get a client, I cut the other one off. It's the same thing for Uber Eats and DoorDash. Same exact thing for Spark and Roadie. You have to have a pattern or how you're going to work those together. So I work similar ones together in order to maximize my profit and not to have much downtime. That's very, very important. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. You have to have a backup plan so that your day goes smoothly and you can reach the goal that you're trying to reach that day, in which we're going to talk about setting goals, attainable goals next. Before we get to setting goals, I just want to share a little bit more with you about optimizing your time in order to reach maximum profit. And what I meant by that, if you're doing Uber and Lyft, you want to make sure that you know your surrounding, you know the events that's going on in the area in order for you to maximize profit. For example, if you're going to do the ride share, then you want to maybe go out during early morning traffic whenever people are trying to get to work, when they're trying to get home, because those are the times that you're going to maximize your profit during those times, because you know people need to get to work. and you know they need to get home. But if you're doing delivery service, then you may want to focus more on breakfast time, lunch, and dinner, because that's when people are going to be ordering food in order to service those clients more, and you're going to make your more money. With same thing with the shopping and delivering, which let me tell you now, my favorite of all 8 of these apps is Shipt. I love to do the shopping and delivery. And with the shopping and delivery, what I've learned over the years is the best time to do that is Friday through Monday, are the biggest days, the busiest days. Let me tell you why. Because everybody on Friday, they're preparing for the weekend or for whatever event they have on Friday night. Football, sports events are normally on the weekends, even that's going to be on any level, high school level, junior high level, and professional and college level also. So, and then on Sunday and Monday, they're getting ready for the week. They want to buy groceries for that they already eaten over the weekend, or whatever it is that they're trying to replace for the week, make lunches for themselves or their kids. That's why it's so important to know your market. Knowing your market is going to help you plan your schedule effectively, no matter which app you decide to use or which gig work you decide to do for that day. It's so important to know your market and where you live at, whether you're in the metro city or whether you're in the suburbs. You still need to know all the events and things that's going on in order for you to maximize your profit. And so just remember, the more apps, the more opportunity, the more income. My goal is to teach you to work smarter, not harder. Setting realistic financial goals is crucial to your growth. Let me tell you why. Because you have to plan in order to know where you're trying to go and to also track whether or not you stand on the right track and if you need to make adjustments. And how do you do that? You do that by setting daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly goals. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. When I started gig work, like I said before, I was trying to purchase a home. I couldn't get the home of my dreams without lowering my credit cards and saving in my savings account. So if you're looking to just do gig work to save, that's fine. If you're looking to supplement income and pay down credit cards, that's okay too. But if you're looking to turn it into a full-time gig like I have done, then it's important that you set these goals, because you want to set realistic goals so that you don't get depressed when you don't hit those goals. So don't try to jump all the way in the deep end until you learn how to swim. That's very, very important in your growth in the gig industry. So for example, when I started, I wanted to do $300 a day, because $300 a day times 365 days a year equals $109,500. I've reached my 6 figures just off a simple $300 a day. But if $100 do it for you, that's still $36,500 a year. That's a good savings, a good college fund, good paying down debt. Whatever that looks like for you, make sure that you set those goals, revisit those goals, and adjust as you need to. While you're setting goals, make sure one of those goals is saving for an emergency fund. And let me tell you why. It's very important to have an emergency fund for those days when you cannot go out and do gig work, especially if this is your full-time gig. Because you don't want to put yourself in a situation, because you know when you're dealing with self-employment and working for yourself, if you don't work, you don't make any money. So while you are making a lot of money and you're hitting those goals, make sure you have a emergency fund set up. One of the easiest ways of doing an emergency fund and a savings account is to set it up on automatic draft from your account. Just let it set up automatically. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. Just let it go automatically, whether that's $50 a week or $50 a month or $100 a month, whatever that looks like to you. You want to have that emergency fund. So for those rainy days or snow days when you can't go out and do anything, you're all snowed in. That's very important to plan for those types of occasions. Same thing if you wanted to purchase a home. Set it up on automatic draft. Make you a home fund. That account is only for when you get ready to buy a house or if you get ready to pay down those credit card debts. It's very important that you do have that emergency fund, savings account if that's what you want, funds for your home, and funds to just pay down debt. It's very, very important. Many always ask, Shameka, Dr. Walker, what are you doing for retirement? Just because you're not working a regular 9 to 5 do not mean that you cannot save for retirement, because you can. It's the same exact thing. You can enter money into a Roth IRA or a 401k plan without working for a regular company on a day-to-day basis, a regular 9 to 5. You can still do those things, or you can just put it in an interest-bearing savings account. However that looks like for your family dynamics. For me, I'm gonna give you the example of what I did in my 20s when everybody else was having fun. I purchased real estate. I can't remember who got me into purchasing real estate. I think maybe because I was a finance manager and I got a chance to watch the different method that it takes to purchase home. So I decided to do that. So in my lifetime, I've owned 4 homes and I still own 3. So I've come to the conclusion that if everything breaks loose and I can't do anything else and I can't go out and do gig work, I do have my real estate to fall back on, because I've been paying for some of them for over 19 years and I have a lot of equity. I can always sell and have that as a backup. That's my part of my backup. But at the same time, you can still put money into a Roth IRA. You can put it, like I said, into an interest-bearing savings account. You can do an index fund. You can do an ETF and things like that. So, but to learn more, contact your financial advisor, and they can direct you into which direction to take according to your situation. Okay. Now let's talk about maximizing tax deductions. That part that most people don't like to talk about. What do I do when it's time to pay IRS? So what you want to do, you want to make sure that if you choose to do gig work, whether as a side hustle or full time, that you keep really good records, because you want to be able to maximize or essentially minimize how much you pay in taxes, but you want to do it the legal way. I would not advise anyone to do anything illegal. So with that, you want to track your mileage, monitor your vehicle maintenance and track it too, like anything that you pay for vehicle maintenance, your phone bill, and other work-related expenses. Remember what I said, work-related expenses, not made-up expenses, work-related expenses. And keep accurate records and save money come tax season. So that could be part of your savings, especially if you're making 6 figures and you don't have a lot of tax deductions. You're probably going to owe. So you want to be prepared for that. I'm not your tax advisor, so this is my disclosure. See your tax advisor for more information concerning the ways that you can save when it comes down to tax time, because you don't want the fact that you may owe IRS to stop you from using your hustle. Because I would rather hustle, make the money, and pay my taxes versus not to hustle just to not to pay taxes, but then I'm struggling financially to take care of day-to-day activities for me and my family. So remember, the more you track, the less you pay in taxes, the more money is in your pocket, because financial security equals peace of mind. So don't let possibly owing IRS stop you from doing your hustle, especially if this is your full-time gig. If it's just a side gig, you can still maintain accurate records in order to save on the amount that you will owe back in taxes, if you even owe any. But once again, don't take the word from me. Contact your tax advisor for more information and to make sure that you're doing the right thing for you and your family when it comes down to filing your taxes. Diversify your side hustle, which simply means have a backup plan. Gig work is so much more than driving, shopping, and delivering. You can be doing things such as freelancing, writing, tutoring, and even counseling others. Whatever that looks like for you, what you love to do as a side hustle or as an extra gig in order to supplement your income and reach those financial goals that you're trying to reach in life for yourself and for your family. That is your side hustle and that is your gig work. Don't get stuck in just a generic one like Uber and Lyft and Shipt and Instacart. There's more that you can do and more that you can bring to the table, because it's so important that to add multiple streams of income, you must build your portfolio in order to gain financial stability. And you do that by having the more hustles, the better. Don't get stuck in believing that you only can do one or two. You can do as many as you're capable of handling, and in many that brings you the joy and the satisfaction in order to gain financial freedom. You decide on what that looks like in your life. Like for me, having that backup plan, like I said, I bought real estate at a young age. Therefore, if all else failed, I would sell. That kind of rhymes, didn't it? If all else failed, sell. That is my part of my backup plan. But I do work multiple streams of income so that I do work multiple streams of income so that I always have a backup plan. So that's why I say it's so important to diversify your side hustle so that you have a backup plan to be able to reach all of your financial goals, especially if you want to have that hustle that allows you to make six figures and now becomes your full-time gig, your full-time job, so that you are successful at reaching all your goals and your targets when it comes down to financial gain and taking full advantage of having the flexibility of time. Remember to stay consistent and be patient. Success takes time. If you want to build a six-figure income with gig work, you must be patient. You must be disciplined, and you must be consistent. That's very important. Celebrate every win, even the small ones, because the small wins turns into big successes. So just like the scripture, one of my favorite scriptures is Zechariah 4:10. It says, do not despise these small beginnings. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. So even if you start small, you must trust the process, stay the course, and make adjustments as needed. It's so important. Small always turn into big successes. Okay, let's recap hustle. Hustle into success takes leaps and earning. Your way to success. Remember, number one, maximize your earning by using multiple platforms to always be earning. Number two, optimize your time. Work during peak hours and use tools to work smarter, not harder. Number three, set realistic goals. Break down your goals into manageable targets daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Number four, build an emergency fund. Automatic savings to protect yourself in slow periods. Number five, maximize deductions, track expenses, and save money on taxes. Number six, save and invest. Set aside for long-term goals and grow your wealth. Number seven, diversify. Don't just rely on one hustle and more. Add more to the mix. The more, the better. And number eight, be consistent and be patient. Stay disciplined and the results will follow. You must trust the process. So join me in solidifying your future through gig work. Gig work has gone wild. So until next time, I am Dr. Shameka Walker, your gig work queen.